Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth videos on your Green Bay Packers. We have new episodes dropping every day, Monday through Friday, so hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to visit our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on your Green Bay Packers. Today, we continue our position-by-position review of the 2025 Green Bay Packers with an analysis of the wide receivers. Now, keep in mind that we're going to break down each player individually, but the grade overall will be for the position group, and the average grade is a C+. Grades are based on a combination of expectations and performance. And look, injuries were definitely part of the problem for the Packers receiving core. This group is deep. This group is talented, but no receiver had 100 catches or 1,000 yards this year, in large part because injuries hit this group throughout the season. Christian Watson, for example, missed the first 6 games of the season, rehabbing from the torn ACL he suffered during last year's season finale. He played 10 games, sat out this year's final game of the regular season to make sure he didn't get injured. Ended the season with 35 catches for 611 yards and tied for the team lead with 6 touchdowns. Watson has a big impact on the offense. He has that rare combination of size and speed, and defenses have to account for him whenever he's on the field. So if he goes deep, that opens up, for example, opportunities for teammates to go and be open underneath because Watson almost always takes a safety with him. And the good thing about Watson this year, in spite of the missed time due to injuries, he was a more complete receiver by season's end. He only dropped 1 pass, according to ProFootballReference.com, all year long, and he wasn't just a deep threat. He ended up being successful catching short and intermediate passes, really came through and upped his game to be more consistent overall. Now he has 1 year on his current deal, enters the season, if healthy, as the team's #1 receiver, and I would not be surprised if GM Brian Gutekunst looks to sign Watson to an extension over the course of this offseason. Now, Romeo Doubs was perhaps the most consistent receiver on the Packers roster, and he led the team with 55 catches, 724 yards, and also tied for the team lead with 6 touchdown catches. He and Jordan Love have great chemistry, and Doubs gives the team a reliable short and intermediate target. Love always seems to look for Doubs on key third downs or in the red zone. But here's the deal with Romeo Doubs. He will be an unrestricted free agent this offseason, and it just seems highly unlikely that he will be back in Green Bay in 2026. Injuries also cut Jayden Reed's season short. He only played 7 games all year. When he played, he was productive. He started the season playing through a Jones fracture in his foot, and then in week 2, suffered a broken collarbone. Both injuries required surgery, and he did manage to return, but not until the last 5 games of the regular season. 19 catches this year for 207 yards and a touchdown. Reed operates mostly out of the slot, and he's a reliable target for the Packers. And Matt LaFleur also likes to use Reed on jet sweeps, end arounds, and bubble screens. And he'll even occasionally line him up in the backfield as a running back. This will be, in 2026, the final year of Reed's rookie contract, and he has a chance to be one of the team's leading receivers next year, and he'll have plenty of incentive to earn a big contract in 2027 and beyond. The primary backups include first-round pick Matthew Golden, first wide receiver drafted by the Packers in the first round since 2002. Golden had a strong preseason and training camp and had some more opportunities early in the season with both Watson and Reed out of the lineup. And look, there were flashes. Matthew Golden showed good hands, only dropped one pass all year, but he finished with only 29 catches for 361 yards and no touchdowns, although he did score in the playoff game against the Bears. Look, Golden showed flashes, but he hasn't fully integrated himself into the offense, and I was disappointed that Matt LaFleur did not try to scheme him open more often, but we'll see whether or not we see a second-year jump from Matthew Golden next season. Dontavian Wicks played 14 games, started 7, finished with 30 catches for 382 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Only dropped 2 passes after dropping 9 in 2024. His best game came against the Lions on Thanksgiving. 6 catches, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Wicks has a lot of talent, but consistency remains the big issue with him. And he's also entering the final year of his rookie deal. So this will be an important season coming up for Dontavian Wicks. Savion Williams was the team's 3rd-round pick this year. The TCU alum was the team's primary kick returner, and on offense was mostly used on gadget plays and schemed touches. He had 10 catches for 78 yards and 1 score and ran the ball 11 times for 37 more yards. He's got a good combination of size and speed, but needs to grasp the playbook and integrate himself into the offense more, and hopefully he'll be able to do that next season. A bit of a disappointing rookie year for Williams. Some of the depth receivers, we're going to include Bo Melton here. Yes, technically, the Packers switched Melton to cornerback over the offseason, but he never actually took a snap on defense. He did see extensive action on special teams and filled in at times at receiver when injuries hit. He caught 4 passes for 107 yards and a touchdown. Coaching staff loves Bo Melton. He can contribute on offense, defense, and special teams, and his work ethic is outstanding. He will be back next year to fight for a roster spot. Malik Heath started the season with the Packers, but ended up the season in Atlanta. Played 11 games for Green Bay, 6 catches for 86 yards. The coaches loved his ability to block, and his reliability made him an asset as a depth receiver, but he is no longer with the team. And then you have Jacoby Keeney James, who spent the season on the practice squad, but was elevated to the active roster for the season finale, started the game, caught 2 passes on 2 targets for 15 yards, and he should be back to compete for a roster spot next year. Overall, there's depth and talent here, but staying healthy remains an issue. Watson is the potential number 1 wideout, something the Packers haven't had really since Devontae Adams left. But right now, the Packers need to utilize the talent that they have better, and this unit needs to be a little bit more consistent. One thing I would suggest for Matt LaFleur in 2026, getting the ball to your best players more often. I understand the receiver by committee thing, and there are benefits to it, but I think that your best players should be on the field more often, and hopefully we'll see that in 2026. This group has potential, but they need to start living up to it next year. Our grade for this year is a solid B, but really this group can be even better. Visit our website at thepackerspost.com for in-depth articles on the Packers. Meanwhile, here on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss one of our episodes. I'm Gil Martin. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. And, of course, go Pack Go.